In the world of SEO, it feels like the ground is always shifting under our feet, right? There's always a new algorithm update, or now this tidal wave of AI-generated content. But what if I told you there's a strategy that doesn't just survive all that chaos, but actually thrives because of it? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. So to kick things off, let's start with a real-world puzzle, and I mean a real head-scratcher. It's a scenario that seems to fly in the face of everything we thought we knew about SEO. And it really makes you wonder, what's actually driving rankings today? And this is the core question, the big mystery we're going to solve together. How on earth does a small, niche website, one with way less power, manage to climb the ranks and beat out one of the biggest, most powerful players on the entire internet? It doesn't make any sense. Or does it? Okay, look at this. This slide lays it all out perfectly. If you search for mountain bike GIFs, you would absolutely expect Amazon to be #1. I mean, it has a domain rating of 96. That's almost as high as you can get. And yet, who's beating them? A little blog called Two-Wheeled Wanderer with a DR of just 23. By all the old rules, this should be impossible. So what's going on here? What's their secret? Well, the answer to that mystery, and really the key to dominating SEO from here on out, is a little something called topical authority. And trust me, this is a total game changer. It's about shifting your mindset from just trying to win a few keywords to completely owning an entire subject. So what is it exactly? Well, to put it simply, topical authority is when Google looks at your website and says, wow, these guys are the definitive experts on this subject. It's not about having one really popular article. It's about building the entire library, the most comprehensive, most trusted, most interconnected collection of knowledge on that one topic. You become the go-to source. And it is so important to get this difference. Domain authority, that DR score we just saw, is about the overall strength of a whole website. But topical authority? That's laser-focused. It's all about how deep your expertise goes in one specific niche. So yeah, Amazon has mind-blowing domain authority for everything, but Two-Wheeled Wanderer has built superior topical authority when it comes to biking. And for that specific search, that's what matters more. Okay, so you get the concept. But why is this so urgent right now? I mean, why is this the thing to focus on heading into 2025? Well, it turns out this isn't just some clever little tactic anymore. It's actually becoming a fundamental strategy for survival, all thanks to some massive shifts and how search engines are starting to think. Just look at Google's track record here. You can see the writing on the wall. This all started way back in 2013 with the Hummingbird update, which was all about understanding the meaning behind a search, not just the keywords. And lately, the helpful content updates have gone all in on rewarding real expertise and firsthand experience. Helpfulness is no longer a suggestion. It's baked right into the core of how Google ranks everything. And this all leads to the biggest challenge and opportunity we face today. The internet is being absolutely flooded with shallow, generic, AI-generated content. It's just getting noisier and noisier. In an environment like this, being able to prove you have deep, authentic human expertise isn't just a nice-to-have, it is your single greatest competitive advantage. It's how you cut through all that noise. And as SEO expert Emina Demiri puts it so well, the old game of just chasing vanity metrics or publishing a bunch of disconnected articles, that just doesn't work anymore. You've got to show you're the real deal. All right, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually build it? Let's get down to brass tacks. We're going to walk through a clear 4-step blueprint for building your very own fortress of topical authority. Now, the process itself is incredibly strategic. It all starts with making a choice. What's your niche? What subject you want to own? Then you move into the architecture. You organize all that knowledge into what we call topic clusters. After that, you get to writing with real depth and authority. And finally, you build the links that act as signals of that expertise. So let's talk about that architecture. This topic cluster model, this is the engine that makes the whole thing run. Just think of a wheel. You have your big, broad pillar page. That's the hub. Then you have all your super specific, in-depth articles. Those are the spokes. But you know what the real magic is? It's the internal links. They connect all the spokes back to the hub and to each other, proving to Google that this isn't just a random collection of articles. It's a deep, organized, interconnected body of knowledge. Okay, so you've put in the work, you've built the fortress. What's the payoff? Does this stuff actually move the needle? Well, let's take a look at a case study that shows the absolutely incredible compounding value you get from this strategy. So the story is about this surety bond company. They had this really important product page for something called an auto dealer bond, but it was getting no love. It was totally buried deep in the search results. So they decided to go all in on this strategy and build an entire topic cluster around it. And the results? They were almost immediate. As soon as they built out this fortress of expertise, the organic traffic to all the content in that new cluster shot up by 127%. We're talking more than double the visitors, basically overnight. Google quickly figured out they were the new authority in town. But this is the number that really tells the story. Remember that main product page, the one that was lost on page 5 of Google, sitting at position 51? By becoming the hub of that new content cluster, it rocketed, and I mean rocketed, all the way to the #1 spot. That is a jump from complete obscurity to the most valuable piece of real estate on the internet. And what they really built here is something called a content moat. See, they didn't just write one good article. They built a comprehensive, interconnected fortress of expertise around their business. And that creates a competitive barrier that is incredibly difficult and time-consuming for anyone else to replicate. It protects their rankings and their business for the long haul. So as we wrap this up, the real question isn't if this strategy works. We've seen that it does. The question you should be asking yourself is, where are you going to apply it? So forget about chasing dozens of different keywords. The real challenge and the real opportunity is this. What is the one core topic that you could become the undisputed, definitive authority on? Because figuring that out, that's what's going to define who wins at SEO in 2025 and beyond.